Hello, good evening and welcome to One Life Left. We are Britain's favourite video game radio show, broadcasting on 104.4 Resonance FM. My name is Ste Curran.
It's a shame you didn't introduce yourself how you normally do by just saying, I'm Ste Curran. Because I was going to call back to say, well, actually, that's not what you just admitted before the show started. You said I'm, and then you said another word.
I did say that. What I was hoping was by saying my name is Ste Curran, that would somehow corral you into just going straight onto my name is Simon Byron, and then we'd have a professional introduction to the radio show.
My name is Simon Byron.
Well done.
And I'm Ann Scantlebury.
How are you doing, Anne?
I'm getting there.
Good. Where are you getting?
Yeah, where have you been and where are you going to?
I've been to the bottom and I'm reaching for the top.
This is true, isn't it? We should explain what is about to happen for the next hour. Is that Ann and Ste went to a music festival.
We did. It is that traditional One Life Left season feature where I go to all tomorrow's parties and return here on the Monday morning, and the show is terrible because of that.
The first time you did that in Series 1, didn't you, the previous co-host cough up blood?
That's true.
Yes.
And we've kind of got worse since then.
Right. So did you have a nice time?
Well, I did, and this time I took Anne with me.
Right. First time there, Anne?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I shut it down.
Did you? Right,
yeah. They're never doing another one apart from this weekend.
Right.
Yeah, it was excellent. This is the final ATP. Well, there's another one next week, so not the final.
Right.
Penultimate ATP.
But for that reason, you're going to find it difficult to talk today, aren't you?
No, it's going to be fine. We're going to have an excellent show.
We are going to have an excellent show
We've
today.
got good features, Steve.
We have two features.
Good.
Sego Dawi's local news is back, and we'll have a treat from Science Officer later in the show.
Lovely.
Well, it's a good job it's not just us three here then, isn't it? Because otherwise I'd have to carry the show.
You really would.
You know what happens then, don't we? Fortunately, we've got two super special guests in the studio today. We've got Rob, PR man from, marketing man from Curve Studios.
Hello there.
Hello. And Jason Perkins, who's the founder
Indeed.
of Curve Studios. Welcome.
I am realising a lifelong ambition to be on the show.
Be on the show? Well, I can't believe you've...
A long-time listener. Used to listen most mornings.
We are...
On the podcast, at least.
Yeah, we are gradually getting through our listeners, and hence we turn to you.
I have only been making games for 31 years, though. So
have you?
It's only 31, so...
Wow. Yeah, I can't believe you're not on the show, but also your family appear concerned.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. A relative of yours, I'm guessing, tweeted saying, please don't embarrass us, Daddy.
Mrs. Perkins. I
Mrs.
think that might be
Perko.
Happy Eaters UK. A little plug there.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they're a little bit nervous that I might embarrass them.
Right, what could you do?
I've got the three kids, George, 15.
Hello, George.
And Fred, who's 10.
Hello,
and
Fred.
Violet, who is 7.
Hello, Violet.
They also listen to the show because I listen to the show.
Excellent.
Big games players.
Right.
Helping me review. Actually, I don't want to give away what I'm reviewing later on.
Okay.
But they've helped me.
You enlisted their help. Well, I hope that tomorrow they are not embarrassed by their surname.
I hope not.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, I think it's going to be a good show.
Good. All right. Well, let's.
Despite Ste and Ann.
Despite us.
That's the pattern.
Well, let's see how Ann does with her news.
It's 7:04 on Monday the 25th of November. I'm Ann Scantlebury and this is the news. The Xbox One had its global launch this week, and it appears to be selling quite well, shifting over 1 million units in 24 hours. In the UK, it has sold double what the Xbox 360 sold during its launch period. Sony congratulated Microsoft on the launch with a simple congrats over Twitter. The PS4 is due for UK release on the 29th of November, when Microsoft is expected to send round a congratulatory box of mini muffins.
What was the punctuation in the congrats message?
Was there an exclamation mark?
I don't know. I've not seen it.
It surprised me that it was just congrats.
Congrats.
Not even
They
congratulations.
didn't even do a photograph joke, did
No.
they? Like Microsoft did. I'll tell you what they did. What they did do though is that they put a hashtag. They said, "Congrats." They put the hashtag "Greatness awaits," didn't they? Which is which is the PlayStation 4's line. So they're like, "Well done, greatness awaits." Yeah, it seemed a little backhanded to me.
And what was the colour scheme?
It was just a tweet.
Yeah, it was just a tweet. They didn't even
Congrats.
go to the effort of putting it onto a nice fancy little picture.
That said, though, who has come out of this the worst?
You.
Yes, and
I don't know.
me and Nintendo, it seems.
Oh.
So in 2 days,
Yeah.
the Xbox 362 has sold slightly more than the Wii U in a year.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's news there, isn't it, Perko? Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I'm quite surprised.
Well, yeah.
I'm very, happy that sort of Wii U managed to do those big numbers. But I would have thought it'd been a lot bigger.
Yeah, well, it's that was the news. So a bit worrying.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Although there was the new Mario's out on Friday, and everyone's going to buy that, aren't they? Apparently. Yeah. So, have you boys, Rob, Perko, have you got Xbox Ones?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. So you going to get one?
I'm on the fence at the moment. I'm not really sure. The launch lineups for both aren't overly exciting, I don't think. I mean, it makes the Wii U look really interesting now, I guess, because people are comparing it to the PS4 and to the Xbox.
Yeah.
And if you do that and you look at the actual library available on the Wii U, it actually looks like a really exciting prospect now when it's much cheaper.
Yeah.
I want to play Dead Rising, and I think that's about the only console exclusive that I'm really after right now, so I'm going to wait till after Christmas.
Gareth, who I work with, he has been so excited about Xbox 362 that he took the day off work and he arranged for a new sofa to be delivered on Friday. Big day, he's genuinely excited. So I saw him in the office today, I was like, "Yeah, you're right." He said, "Yeah, sounds the Xbox One." He said, "Oh, to be honest with you, I just watched TV on it."
So it's going well for the Xbox One then.
Exactly.
Valve has announced that it will show off its own virtual reality hardware early next year. A talk at Valve's Steam Dev Days in January titled "What Virtual Reality Could, Should and Almost Certainly Will Be Within 2 Years" will address what virtual reality could, should and almost certainly will be within 2 years, along with a prototype demonstration. A lucky few attendees at the talk will be given a chance to try the hardware out. We dare them all to fall over quite a lot while using the hardware, just for the lols.
Well, this is exciting. Do you think Oculus are happy about this?
Well, they were talking about how, we think Oculus is going to be great. We think that it'll work well with all of the Steam stuff. Be brilliant. We're really interested in talking to them. Why are you interested in talking to them?
Yeah, and make their own.
Yeah. Oh, that looks
Maybe
really
it'll be-
good. Show us how it works. What's that bit that goes around?
Yeah, or maybe it's going to be more virtual reality.
How many virtual
The new-
realities are there?
Well, there's currently one, isn't there? Oculus. Maybe this will have a thing that goes over your nose as well.
Brilliant.
Some spray stuff in your mouth.
Oh,
Like
full body virtual reality.
Imagine that.
I think it's probably good for them, isn't it? The more devices there are, the more games manufacturers will be compelled to put these features into their games.
Yeah, if the features stay with the hardware and the hardware can be independent of those. I mean, if you have drivers and you have to make a whole different set of programming for that one set and then a whole different set for the new one, and then you have this mess of, well, we're just going to support the most popular one and that's it. Whereas if they all both work together, that would be great. Everyone can make one and it'd be cheaper.
Will they work together, Anne?
Seems unlikely, doesn't it, Steve?
I think it seems likely. What do
Okay.
you think, Simon?
Well, the games industry doesn't have a very good history of working together, does it?
I don't know. It's different on PC. I think it does become a driver issue. But if you look at the sort of standards that are fudged out of various hardware manufacturers, just not collaborating, but there's all kinds of different graphics cards, for example.
Yeah,
different
exactly.
ATI and NVIDIA.
But they have exclusive features as well, though, don't they? One of them's got more physics than the others.
Right.
And like, there's
Yeah, but
a hair
ultimately-
middleware.
And that
There's-
took years as well.
Yeah,
like there was like the TNTs and the old like NVIDIA Riva cards that were completely incompatible, and the 3D effects and the Voodoo cards, and it became years and years and years and years before they actually decided on anything, even the size of the card that goes into the computer. So hopefully they've learnt from that rather than just decided to copy it.
Right, I'm switching to unlikely.
One in 3 of all games sold for the PS4 has been made by EA. That selection of games is Battlefield 4, FIFA 14, Need for Speed Rivals, Madden NFL 25 or NBA Live 14. Speaking at the UBS Global Technology Conference, CFO Blake J. Jorgensen said, "We're really excited, and essentially our biggest worry now is making sure that there is enough product in the stores because the consumers obviously want to buy software to go with the new boxes. They may be 1 in 3 for selling games, but they're 1 for 1 in showing off."
Well done, EA.
It's good, isn't it?
1 in 3.
1 in 3.
So how many games in total?
Oh, it's big maths, isn't it?
It's reasonably straightforward, isn't it?
How many games in total?
How many did PlayStation 4 sell?
I don't know.
Isn't it over 1 million
Is it?
first week?
Oh yeah, that's
do
true.
you remember that?
Yeah, that
Ah,
number.
yeah.
Right. So what is it? What's
1
a
in
third
3?
of a million?
Yeah.
Is it 333,000?
It's a lot of games, isn't it?
That's so many games.
People might have bought more one game though.
I was going to say that, and I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Do be rude.
So work that one out.
Hang on a second. No, that still doesn't change the total number of EA games sold, though, does it?
It does, because they could have bought 2 EA games, and then there'd be 2 million. Your base number would be 2 million instead of 1. You're talking about the console.
Oh, if they only bought, but yes, if they only bought
Yeah.
1, no, you're right. We're going to
Yeah.
need to go back and show our
Simon,
work.
Show your work.
I don't like these two.
Two news stories.
Yeah, but they seem cleverer than us. What are we going to do
I
now?
like it.
I think
Get
the
Biffle
interviews-
back on.
Yeah, exactly.
Sony Europe has freaked a few people out by resetting their PSN passwords without telling them. This was done as a precautionary measure following irregular activity on a small number of accounts. Sony reassured account holders that there was no specific evidence that accounts had been compromised. If in doubt for what to change your password to, we can recommend ~30N3L1F3L3FT. What does it spell? Less than sign.
Less than sign.
We come on to
3.
countdown.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on anymore.
Less
This is
than
not-
sign.
It's not normally like this.
3. What's that?
Is this the boobies thing again? No. What is it?
Less than sign 3.
3.
Heart. 0. N.
Okay.
3. 1.
1.
L.
L.
1.
Yep.
F. 3.
Life.
L. 3. F. T.
Oh, I'm lost.
Exactly.
I stopped listening. I googled the attach rate of PlayStation 4, 3.25 apparently, but that was from an analyst. So what does that mean? This makes the maths reasonably straightforward again, though.
What is it? So, a million.
Yeah.
It's a million,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's a million.
They've done a
games.
million.
A million, well done.
Brilliant.
Congratulations.
Well done,
Done.
Ian.
Good work, Anne.
I was trying to sign into the PSN on my Vita, and it didn't recognise my password, so I just changed it and then carried on. And this was a
Didn't
few
you freak
days.
out? Didn't you freak out?
Well, I got annoyed, but then I just assumed that I was getting my password wrong all the time, and so I just reset it. And this was 2 or 3 days before everybody was up, and I was like, "Oh, Sony have changed all that." Just quietly get on with it.
You think people should be less concerned about their passwords maybe having changed?
I assumed it was my fault.
Maybe that's the difference between you and the rest of the internet, Simon. And finally, Microsoft was working on an Xbox One controller that emitted smell. Details of a series of prototype controllers Microsoft's R&D department has created have been revealed. Along with tiny puffs of scent, controllers could have included speakers, a camera, a touchpad, or a projector that would beam images around the player. One Life Left is keen to see a controller that pats you lovingly on the hand after you make a mistake and reassures you that it's only a game and that everything will be all right in the end.
So are they doing anything with this, or is this just?
Nah,
something
they're just showing it off. They were
just
like,
spitballing?
Could have done that.
Yeah, could have done that.
would do it. We've got one in the cupboard. Just thought that people weren't really into
Harrison
it.
loves a bit of smell-o-vision, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe we should release some of our ideas.
What would a Peter Molyneux smell like? No, I mean I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't know. I've
No?
never.
Dogs,
I've never,
wouldn't it? Be dogs.
I've never leant
That
in to sniff
wet
him.
dog.
You think?
Well, he had a dog in Fable, didn't he?
Well, he's had lots of things in Fable. There are lots of things in Fable that could potentially smell.
Like what?
Or
Name
otherwise, a woman. You name one.
So you're saying that Peter Molyneux smells like a woman?
I'm saying he could. I
Right.
don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm glad that they've not done these things though.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Hang on a second. Sorry about this, Anne. What's going on over there?
Oh, I had an alarm.
Okay.
What's the
That was
alarm?
my come on the radio alarm.
Was it? Okay. Well,
Quarter past 7.
exactly. What are you supposed to be doing? Guy Cocker's podcast or something?
So, where were we?
I'm talking about.
I forgot, I've lost
Phil
my
Harrison
track.
smells like. No, we're talking about whether they should have put this stuff in.
Should they?
No.
It seems like
I don't
nonsense,
want to.
really, a smelly controller. It might freshen up some QA departments around the country, but other than that, really, I can't see it
What they
being
said is
used.
they had a limited.
By the way, none of our QA guys smell.
Right.
Just wanna say.
yeah.
They
None
had
of them.
only a limited number of smells, so you can only make games around a very, very select few.
What were
smells.
those smells?
One of them was flora.
Okay.
They didn't say about the rest.
You'd have to keep going to like getting refills like Glade plugins,
Exactly,
though, wouldn't
yeah.
Oh.
You'd have to go up and you'd have to buy specific refills for the type of game.
you? Yeah,
that
if you're
gonna be
playing a lot of game, playing like Far Cry, you're gonna use all your flora up.
Yeah.
You have to go buy more.
I mean, honestly, guys, I think this isn't going to work out for them.
Okay, thanks, Anne.
One Life Left video game news with Ann Scantleberry.
Treasure, summers, oceans, life, rain. Treasure, beauty, rhythm, union, heaven, earth, anything. Here is your life. Learn to shoulder someone. Courage is coming. Comfort someone today. Here is your life. Learn to treasure someone.
Good advice. From Vault 44, Vault 44, it's called Day Stepping, and it's from chipmusic.org. Anne.
It's nice when there are words in it.
Okay, good review.
Yeah.
Anything else you like about the piece of music?
It's a bit jaunty.
Jaunty?
Yeah.
Simon?
Yeah, I thought the chat bit was awkwardly placed because we were ready to go and talk
Yeah.
again, weren't we? And I could see that you were keen just to fade it down, but banging on and on.
These people should think more about that when we're a video game radio show. We play chip tune music as well. As I said, this is from chipmusic.org. And now we're in the section of the show where we do an interview. Is it going to be hard hitting? Because I feel like they've set the tone.
Yeah, they would.
Oh, that's a very good point, actually. Should we go aggressive?
Challenging us.
Should we go aggressive?
Yeah, I think we should. Hardball.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your favourite colour?
Blue.
Why?
I don't know.
Biggest regrets? Oh, come on now. Come on now. No, let's not do that. That's not us. We're
That's
One
not
Life
us.
Left. We're inclusive and
Let's
welcoming.
kill them with kindness.
Yeah. You look nice today, Jason.
Thank you very much.
I really
Simon.
do
So
like that. I really do like that shirt.
Do you?
You can't have
Is
been
that put
making.
it on?
You can't have been making games for 31 years.
It
You're only
is.
21 yourself.
I know. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
31.
it was 1982. I was thinking about this.
82?
82, a game for the Commodore 64 called Maggot Mania.
Right. How did that do?
It wasn't similar at all to Centipede. If Atari are listening.
Sound like it at all. Wow.
It was back in those days where
So you
get
made
away with
that, did
stuff.
you-
I made that on, myself and did all the art. Kind of the original indie, I like to think.
Yeah, it was your idea, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So,
So I was 15.
right,
and,
how much money did you get from Maggot Mania?
I went to Commodore Computers and they wrote me out a cheque for £1,000.
Come on,
I'd love £1,000 today. Thank you very much.
Blimey!
And what happy days?
And what was your latest game?
The latest game we've done. Well, I've hung up my keyboard, unfortunately. But Curve Studios.
Does that mean that people can now make games without fear of it being copied by you?
Not necessarily.
Oh, of course, because you've just done Metal Gear Stealth. No, sorry, what was it?
So where we are now, we've got a studio of 30 people down by Old Street, and the last year we've been working with loads of successful indie guys to bring their successful PC games across to console.
Cool.
So we were listening to Mike Bithell on this show.
Yep.
And we heard about Thomas Was Alone, and we got in contact with him. And the rest of the day was history.
Yeah.
And, the console versions came out April, early this year.
What was he like to work with?
He's brilliant.
Is he?
I love Mike. Absolutely brilliant. Because we've worked with lots of different guys, and they've all got the kind of things that they're really keen on.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure they see in the console versions of the game. And it kind of, with Mike, he's very kind of flexible and stuff. Because there are, there's some things that the consoles can't quite do.
Right.
Maybe a PC can do.
So that's really good to hear. I'm just going to stick on a piece of music now. Right, the mics are down. What's Mike Bithell really like?
He's still great.
This is
So
hard.
the work that you guys are doing now is that what you're going to be doing going forward? Because you've obviously got Stealth Inc., which is your own title, but the other titles you've released this year, Proteus, Thomas Was Alone,
Keys Proteus, Mike Bithell's Thomas Was Alone,
Lone
and,
Survivor.
Jasper, I think, was on the show a while ago. His special director's cut version of that.
Yeah.
The most recent release was Future Lab. You know those?
Oh,
guys
of course,
on
you
there?
did Velocity
Ultra on PS3, and then we've got
It's coming out on Steam.
coming out on Steam.
Yes,
Steam in
I saw the
December.
announcement, yes.
Coming out on Steam.
So what's it like working with these individuals, like taking properties that they've worked so closely on and taking it to different formats? Is that
Well, probably Jasper's the best example, because I think it was 7 years that it took him to write his original game.
and then you show
he-
it how it's done? A couple of
Then we
minutes.
had 4 months to sort of convert that and get that up and running on console. So there was certain things that he was really keen to sort of see in the game, and we made sure that they all went in.
Do you? I mean, I guess it must be difficult because in order to, I've got no skills in game development. That's why I'm a terrible PR person. But it must be difficult going through these games and then translating them to different formats. Do you ever want to sort of tweak them here and there, or fix little bits? Like, do you ever do that? Or I'm not implying that any of the games you picked needed any of that.
Well, with Mike's game with Thomas, there was a number of bugs in there, which he asked us to fix, and they weren't fixed in his PC version.
Right.
Interesting. Would you say maybe you are the talent behind Thomas Was Alone? Would it be okay if we said that?
Yes, indeed.
And Proteus, I own Proteus, but I've not played it. But so I own it on PC, but on Vita, you've added some stuff to it, have you?
Yeah, with most of the games we try and add to it, and with Proteus, there's a number of features that we've got. One of the things is GPS island generation. So if you're at a particular spot in the country, it will generate the same island, which is quite useful, so everyone's got the same kind of experience.
Right.
Because otherwise it's randomly generated.
Yeah.
And then what are some of the other features, Rob?
We have the back touch, which sort of changes the island around, which was like a really small thing if you just pick it up and you haven't heard of Proteus. But if you've seen the PC version, and especially sort of Ed's vision for it, that was a really, really, really big thing, because it's the first time that you can actually interact with the world. I mean, in the PC version, it's a completely sort of passive experience other than you walking around. And in the Vita version, you can actually sit down and change the lighting, the weather, and the way the island looks and feels,
right.
Which was a really, really big thing when we did it. And I think that's one of the things we try to do with all of our enhanced versions. It was difficult with Proteus because you can't just throw in a new level or a new creature and have it
You could
still
put
work.
guns in it.
Put guns in it.
Has he thought about that?
I think he's had that, yeah.
And so you guys you're the only company doing this sort of thing, is that right? You're sort of specialists in it.
We're the best one.
Nice. I think there's a number of groups. I think Double 11 are doing some bits and pieces similar, working with some indie groups to bring the games across.
Right.
I think Team 17 have
just announced
declared
that
themselves as a publisher.
But
consequently competition.
Well, are they? Because
they're becoming our
exactly.
enemies.
They announced that they'd signed Light, which I backed on Kickstarter. But are they converting other?
I don't think they are actually. I think it's just So we're quite unique as far as
I think we're the only one, in terms of a publisher that has a studio that was a developer first that became a publisher. I think because all the other publishers are just that, they're publishers,
right?
So Devolver and Ripstone, those guys. Yeah.
So what sort of stuff do you look for then? Because I guess it must be. I mean,
we look for what we've been doing recently, which isn't everything we do, but the last sort of few games have all been on PlayStation. So the first thing we look for is it going to work on the PlayStation controls and on to a PlayStation audience. My phone's actually going off again.
Unbelievable!
I know, it's amazing.
What's this alarm then?
This alarm is the fact that I'm on the radio now.
Well, you are soon to be off it.
I've actually turned it off.
You do
twice.
that one more time.
I've turned it off twice.
We've never had this, have we?
I'm just going to put it over here. Look, it is off. It is off.
I felt in the official instructions that we didn't need to say that sort of stuff.
Didn't say
no alarms. No alarms.
Next time, you've ruined the show for future guests now because we're going to fully body search them on the way in. Take their phones from them. Wow, I can't remember what I was saying now. Doesn't matter, does it? I mean, what's the point? What's the point?
It's definitely off. Look. I'm not going to push the power button because then you'll see that it turns it back on, but look, it's gone.
Right.
Smash it up.
Good. Well, good luck in whatever it is you're doing in the future. So what sort of stuff can we expect from you guys?
We've got 6 titles signed up for next year now.
Whoa.
We're just keeping the teams very busy. I can't say what those titles are.
Well, you can,
but I can
can't
say
you?
that the colour is rainbow.
Good work.
Very good.
Excellent. There you go. Rainbow Island's coming to.
Coming on.
Excellent. All right. Well, when are we going to see the first one?
It's probably going to be.
We don't know.
Yeah, we had a meeting early today.
Q1 2014.
But still sort of similar to what you've been doing before.
Yeah, we've managed to partner with some really great indie guys.
Cool.
And it should be some really good stuff.
Who's been on the show recently?
Interesting.
Yeah. They're going to do a book on the Dreamcast by Keith Stewart. Cool. Thanks very much.
Hello, I'm Sega Badawi and welcome to One Life Left local news. The career of a Cerulean City gym leader is in trouble after she was photographed buying illegal Pokemon drugs. The gym leader, Misty, bought the steroid-based Poffin in order to boost the stats of her Bulbasaur, Pidgeotto and Snorlax. The problems have got worse for Misty as her job at the local council is now at risk. However, she refuses to apologise for her actions. It is now believed that Misty will be working in a more reputable profession such as banking or presenting Top of the Pops. Thanks, and back to your usual programming.
Email, messages and forward BCC. One Life letters.
What's going on, Anne?
Got some letters, Steve.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we giving prizes out for these letters,
Yeah,
by
we
the way?
are.
We are, aren't we? Thanks to our good friends at Curve Studios.
We've got codes for Velocity Ultra and for
Stealth Ink.
Yes.
Cool.
Brilliant.
Right, so are we going to give that to
Those
what?
are PlayStation 3 and Vita.
Okay.
Let's start with this one then, see if it is deserving of a prize. Dear Anne, the OLL Twitter feed wanted letters. This is an email. I have little to say. I'm not going next gen yet, as PES Plus keeps on giving. What do you think? Richard. Well, Richard, this is good. That's literally the only reason that I'm not buying any next generation consoles, because I really love PSN Plus. It's really brilliant. Get loads of games on there. I love the PlayStation 3. Don't need any more.
Thanks for writing in, Rich.
Good answer, thanks,
He
Rich.
mentioned something on Twitter about last week's show, didn't he?
Oh, was that it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Shall I
He's-
find that?
Yeah, I'll read this out from Ben Hall. It's a long one. Hello, hungover team, plus the super special guests from Curve Studios. I'm getting very excited about the OLL Christmas party featuring The Guardian and Simon Parko Perkins. In particular, I can't wait to see the Panto, double N, Snow White and the 7 out of 10 Dwarves. How's that coming along?
It's going well, actually.
Good
Yeah,
news.
good.
If this has become a permanent feature, then I have the following ideas. Cindercara. Cara Ellison is prevented from going to the big E3 ball by her ugly sisters, played by John Walker and Keith Stewart. Her fairy godmother, played by Christopher Biggins, and Connect friend No Buttons, very good, help her go to the ball, but she runs out of time and hits her head against the glass ceiling. Dick Whittington in space. Richard Garriott, played by Arthur Bostrom, changes his surname to Whittington in another attempt to get into space. Accompanied by his pet rat tail, he makes another failed MMO that still makes him lots of money. Peter Pand, a pantomime version of the creation of the creator of Curiosity and Goddess. Peter Pan, that's good. Finally, Jack Thompson and the Beanstalk. A poor lawyer called Jack Thompson takes on the evil giants in the video game world to save children who have been kidnapped and brainwashed. Uses the catchphrase "Fee, Fio, Fo, Fum. I smell the blood of children being corrupted by the Xbox One."
Very good.
Jack will be played by Jim Davison in an adult version of the classic tale. Cheerio. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Ben should win something, shouldn't he?
I found this tweet from Richard Stratton. Says, at One Life Left, Season 9, Episode 11 is the most antagonistic to date. It made me sad. Please don't let it happen again.
Wow, we were just really rude to our guests, weren't we, for the phone incident?
I thought it was well, we did just do that, but that he's referring to the fact that you are going on Radio 5.
Antagonistic?
Yeah, we were fighting about it, weren't we? Because me and Anne were appalled.
Yeah.
He's not got back to me since I said I would. So maybe it was just a joke, and now he's laughing at telling me. This is the same time with Guy Cocker. He said, "You must come on." I'm like, "Yep." Nope.
Well.
Oh, Guy.
Okay, fair enough if he's laughing at us.
Yeah, that's fine.
No one will be able to hear the laughter because it's on medium wave.
Rob.
Oh, I've got a really long letter. Shall I read it out or paraphrase it?
It's up to you. However you feel most comfortable. Are we going to get
As long as the alarm doesn't go off.
It won't, I promise. This is Charlie Allman, who writes, "Dear super special guest, I used to play a lot of games prior to the arrival of children, but now I have a 3-year-old and my progress has slowed down a bit. Do One Life Lefters have any tips on gaming with sprogs?"
Gaming with sprogs.
I don't have a sprog, so 0 tips.
I do. Put them in front of Connect Party, or as my son calls it, the next lava game. Some sort of childish logic there. Or Lego Marvel Superheroes. Mm-hmm. And then go elsewhere and play other things or Minecraft.
Yeah, I was going to say Minecraft. It's got to be a really big one.
He does love he likes putting animals where animals should not be. that's all he likes doing. Look at this, Daddy. There are some cows on the roof. Well done. Excellent. Jason.
Right, this letter is from Sean. Just Sean, that's all we've got to go on.
We're very informal.
Hi, Ste, Si, Ann, and SSGs.
That's you guys.
For the attention of us.
Wow.
From me and Rob. As a studio that has games featured on PlayStation Plus, what are the main benefits and/or downsides of being featured? Have you noticed an increased sales or interest in your games? Would you do it again? It's a mixed bag, PlayStation Plus. I'm a PlayStation Plus user.
Right.
And I think it's great. The free games that they give
I think we're all
is,
PS Plus members, aren't we, actually? That's a total success for Sony. Well done.
But I must say, for a publisher who's publishing indie games, I think it's not so good.
Okay.
It's not so good. We've kind of seen sales actually kind of get cannibalised through to games being on PlayStation Plus. So we're generally not doing it.
Are you not?
Nope.
It must be tricky though, because even if you're not on it, the volume of stuff that comes through on PlayStation Plus, do you think that affects people in a broader sense? I.e., they buy less because they've still got this pile of shame?
Exactly. You still get that whole sort of Steam mentality where people are just building up a whole library of games which they've got through their PlayStation Plus subscription, and they're just sitting there waiting to
That's
go
how
through
it is
at
for
some
me.
point.
And also, I hold off buying things now. Because I assume that in Plus. 6 months' time it'll appear on PlayStation Plus.
Which is one of the main reasons why we're sort of moving away from it a little bit. But I guess it really works well if you've got a game like, you've got a sequel coming out and you want to put your original game on PlayStation Plus and everyone sees it and they're like, oh, remember that was good. Yeah. But if you just put it out there randomly because you can, it doesn't work so well.
It's strange how, in some senses, the act of purchasing a game has sort of moved closer to a charitable act. Like, I will buy things now, but not because I need the game, because I want to support that developer, because I will assume that at some cases, and whatever format this is, whether it's on iOS or on PC via Steam or on PSN Plus, I assume that the price is going to drop and it's going to lose its value and I will lose that money, but I just want to I want to be nice because I'm a selfless guy.
Yeah. But you were saying before the show started, Jason, that stealth on iOS has bucked the trend. So you're charging more for that.
More in terms of being on iOS. It's premium title.
So the idea being that you're not free like everyone else is,
Right,
and it's doing very well for you.
It is, yeah. It's doing very well at the moment. Really surprised, actually.
So do you think coming away from PlayStation Plus and charging? Well, actually, it probably wouldn't be more, would it? But actually,
I think PlayStation Plus can work in terms of when they do the buyouts and they give the games away free towards the end of the life cycle of the game. So rather than doing it at launch, which I think that does cannibalise sales, doing it later on makes a lot of sense. I think, as Rob's suggesting there, doing it kind of, if you've got a sequel coming out, just so everyone's had a chance to experience the original.
But that's enough from us. What do you think? Have your say by emailing
team@onelifeleft.com.
No, please email us because
it's
just
boring for
embarrassing.
everybody.
Yeah, we
don't like having to ask you.
We don't. You don't like having to write to us.
Exactly.
But if you just do that, we'll get through this together.
Exactly.
Science officer update. After over 3 years floating in deep space, this human specimen was eventually recovered from a damaged escape capsule. The human male has since returned to active duty. Now his thoughts have turned to romance.
Science officer's audio log. I don't think of myself as a hero. Usually it feels like the hero comes along later, after I've done all the science legwork, after I've recorded all the audio logs and secured them in the prearranged pickup sites, after everything has gone wrong. But when Corporal J. Stenserfield thanked me for what I'd done, just for a moment, that all changed. I need to see her again. I need to talk to her. I need more data. No, more intel. That's what she would call it. Technically, I don't have clearance to access marine records. But if I activate this centrifuge containing a bucket full of insectoid pirate remains, there. My lab is still being monitored, but that racket should give me enough cover to hack the marine files. Search. J. Stenserfield. Marine Corps rank of corporal. Female. Well, I knew that, but a good scientist always corroborates his visual findings. No immediate family listed. Various commendations. But what's her name? J. Javanta. Sounds like an old Earth name. Javanta Stenserfield. Hey, Corporal. Funny to bump into you again. I like your gun. Corporal, or should I say Javanta? Javanta hang out sometime? Javanta go to dinner? Ugh, this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna need more intel. Science officer, out.
One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM. We're a radio show about video games. That was Science Officer. And after that, right now, you're listening to Embark and Bitwish. Any comments, Anne?
No.
Did you see any bands at ATP?
Yeah.
Who did you like and who did you not like?
Most of them.
Which one?
They all sounded quite similar, didn't they? A lot of bass. There was a lot of bass, Steve.
When I went once, when it was at Minehead, there was a band everyone was raving about, which was essentially just brown noise.
Oh yeah,
that was really hot. That noise that makes you go to the toilet.
That was Sun?
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
Sun
horrible.
or Earth, one of the
horrible.
two. I saw Low, and they were fantastic, and Moon, who were very, very, very good as well, and Dinosaur Jr., who do have songs that all sound the same, but it's one brilliant song played over and over again. So that was excellent. Nothing to do with video games, but neither are we sometimes, and that's fine. What are we talking about now? Christmas party.
Yeah, we're down to the final few tickets, aren't we? How many have we got left?
Is it 8? I think we're down to 8. I'll double check. But yeah, it's not many to go.
Has Keith Stewart blogged about it on The Guardian yet?
He hasn't.
No, so he needs to fulfil his obligations, doesn't he?
He does.
Otherwise he won't be allowed in. Are you two coming to our Christmas party?
I've got prior engagement.
Do you?
Yeah, it's my great aunt's 90th birthday.
Bring her along.
Maybe that's what,
Yeah.
that's
Whereabouts
what she
is
needs.
it? Whereabouts is this your great aunt's party?
It's up in Hitchin, actually.
Oh, where I live.
Which is where you live.
Literally where I live.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go to that instead.
You can come along. Tickets are free.
Are they? Because ours are £10, although we are putting the money behind the bar, so...
Oh, that's good.
Right, Rob,
Otherwise, I'd have been there.
Rob, what are you doing on the 14th?
14th of December.
Yeah, I would say check your diary, but we've smashed your phone up.
I was thinking about coming, actually.
Do come, it should be fun. There's going to be some singing. There's going to be the pantomime,
Yeah.
which you've been writing with Philippa War.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
No.
Can you give us a preview?
No.
Okay. Are you going to be dressing up?
Some people are going to be dressing up.
Okay, how many people are in it then?
Some people are going to be dressing up.
We're going to play some card games upstairs. We're going to do some video game karaoke. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be excellent.
So
we're doing Secret Santa as well, which is a big thing.
Secret Santa.
So if you're not familiar with how One Life Left Secret Santa works, it means if you are coming to the Christmas party, you bring a video game, and it should be probably a good video game, one that you have loved and cherished, and you wrap it up. You write the format on the wrapper, but nothing else. Actually, you can describe it, maybe add a couple of clues if you want. And then people put their hands in Keith Stewart's sack and they draw out a game, and maybe they get lucky with the game. Or who knows? And it was brilliant last year, and so come along, you'll get some free games.
Yeah. Happy
lose
Christmas.
a game as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you'll leave with the correct amount of. You'll leave with the number of games that you entered with.
Yeah.
I think.
Fingers crossed.
Which is fair enough, isn't it?
Reviews.
I'd love to be able to give this gift of the game I've been playing this week, but I can't.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good.
Really?
I've been playing Flick Kick Legends.
Okay. What is it?
You might want to write this one down, Jason. It's brilliant. It's a sequel to Flick Kick Football, which I didn't play. That was just a flicky score goals.
Yeah.
This is an all new, freemium. It's a football game, but you flick to pass and you flick to tackle, and but it's got a narrative. So you form a team. Your coach dies in a fire right from the off. I mean, so that's pretty sad. And then you have to progress through the leagues, and you can recruit more players. You buy packs of them, and some are rare and all of that sort of stuff. And then some of them have special skills, and it's just brilliant. It's an excellent little football game. Very, very simple to play. Quite tricky in some instances, so you have to be prepared to get some of your team's skills up and buy some more players and train and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. So wonderful that it costs no money, but I've spent £7.
Really?
I have, spent money on it, yeah.
Wow.
But
What did you spend money on?
Well, the first thing I did was I bought Both times I bought in-game currency, but the first, so that, like most free games, there were two forms. Well, one you earn in-game and the other, actually you earn both in-game, but you can spend them in different ways. The first was to buy up more stamina reserves. So I think you had 5 slots, and then they replace one every half hour, and then they could give you 5 for free. And then so the first thing I bought was now I've got 6 slots. So when I wake up in the morning, I can play 6 games on the train. And the second was money to buy cards of players, which was good, yeah. But it seems reasonably generous in terms of not forcing you down that route. It's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It's my favourite mobile football game now. So,
and that's iOS and Android?
I'm playing it on Android, free to download. It came out last week, absolutely brilliant, 7 out of 10.
Amazing. I've been playing Papa Sangre 2.
Oh yeah?
It's really good. It's better than the first one. So it's voiced by Sean Bean. It's an audio game, and you're dead.
What?
I know. And to get back to life, Sean Bean's character talks you through what to do. You're in rooms, and there are little things that could come and get you. You can hear them around, and you're going towards sounds to go and pick up memories from other people, and then you're going to trade those memories in to go back to the land of the living. And it's brilliant. And the controllers, I get a bit bored sometimes with the you press where your feet would be to make it walk, but actually this was good because it had the additional thing that in order to move around the room, you could literally stand up and move yourself around by turning around. So
you're literally going around?
Literally going around.
Wow.
And yeah, it was awesome. So I decided to set myself up with this on Thursday evening in my kitchen. Turn the lights off, shut my eyes, headphones in.
Was that really necessary? You could have just shut your eyes.
No, you can see light through.
Okay.
Standing.
You've got thin lids.
Really thin lids. Standing in my kitchen, turning around, listening to the sound, getting it. Next thing I know, I hear a scream.
Right.
Because my flatmate had come in, noticed there weren't any lights on, shouted, "Hello!" I couldn't hear her, so I thought that, she thought there was no one at home. She's just pottering around, putting her stuff down, comes into the kitchen, thinks there's no one in there, waits for a second, thinks there's a ghost in there, and just screams, which makes me open my eyes. Scream a lot as well.
Is that the first thing I would think burglar.
She thought ghost. Why's there a ghost in here?
Again.
Screamed, and then I had to stop playing for a bit.
Right.
Because it was quite traumatic. However, other than that, amazing game, 7 out of 10.
Rob?
I've been playing Risk of Rain.
A lot of people have been going on about that.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's like a platformer, but it's also a roguelike. It's completely randomly generated levels, and you play this little guy who crashes on a planet, and you basically have to go through these objectives that the game asks you to do. Really simple stuff like find this, go here. I guess the real gimmick of it is that the longer you play, the harder the game gets. So you can play in it and play in it and play in it, and if you do it really quickly, rush through it, you can get to the later levels on an easier difficulty.
Right, yeah, that's quite cool.
But if you stay too long, you want to grind so that you can get some of the levels and some of the items that you want to get to beat some of the harder bosses. So it's this constant sort of, do I stay here? Do I move on now? And that's sort of really, really, really fun. And I'm really enjoying it. I really like roguelikes anyway. And this one is one that I can actually play in front of a television. I plug my PC into my television, have a controller, and just sort of sit back and play it. Whereas sort of the other roguelikes I really enjoy are much more sort of really in-depth games I have to play at a desk. So sort of unique in that aspect, and the music is wonderful.
Cool.
That's
Let's give it a score.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, seems fair.
Reasonable.
Perko.
Tearaway. I've been playing.
Right, of course we had
molecules.
Yeah, they
you
were
had them on last week, didn't you? Really beautiful game. Looks lovely, and the whole kind of paper craft environments, the way they wrap those into the kind of platform sections with bits of paper that unfold to create like sort of moving platforms. Really kind of beautiful, pretty game. Lots of going around. An awful lot of going around. The only thing for me is there's a lot of from like Little Big Planet, a lot of cutting out things, making things. My daughter loves that. I think one of the first things you have to do is make a crown for the Squirrel Prince, Squirrel King, and so there's a lot of cutting around and doing all that kind of lovely, kind of crafty media molecule stuff that they do so well. But for me, it kind of just I kind of want to get on and and move on through the world. But that's probably a male thing, I think, maybe. But it's a beautiful game, and I'm going to score that 7 out of 10. Very high 7 out of 10.
Right, good job.
I haven't been playing anything this week. I need some recommendations. And Risk of Rain, you say? That sounds like my sort of thing. So maybe I'll get on with that for next week.
So you're going to review that again?
Well, double check. I think we've shown that maybe our guests can't be trusted. Just off the record there. Anyway, that's our review section. Let's have some more music. We are a radio show about video games. My name is Steve Curran. Over there is Simon Barron.
Hello.
And that's Ann Scantlebury.
Hiya.
We're called One Life Left.
We're broadcasting live across London.
We are.
We're doing a podcast on Wednesday. I've got some feedback from a listener who's listening now. A correspondent called George Perkins writes, Dad doing pretty good. Pleasantly surprised. Keep it up, Jace. Pleasantly surprised.
I'm glad he's pleasantly surprised. I won't embarrass him then.
Right. How do you feel about him calling?
Time.
How do you feel about him calling you Jace?
Yeah. That's not on, is it?
I don't know. Like, he's just started doing that, has he?
I think that's a new thing.
Well, maybe the time to start doing that is while you're on the radio and you cannot swear. So, George, if you've got anything else you want to tell your dad within the next 6 minutes, do email in, and we'll run it past him. Thank you for listening.
Talk to you later, George.
This is Concrete Renovation Mix by Cubby. Again, it comes from chipmusic.org. It's got words in, Anne.
I really like words in music.
There we go.
Yeah, I think they go really well together.
Excellent. Right, we're entering that bit of the show where it's sort of AOB.
AOB's big week this week, isn't it, for Sony?
Maybe we need a jingle for that.
AOB.
OLL AOB.
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah, somebody write that. Yeah, PlayStation 4 is out on Friday. I'm getting one.
I'm not getting one.
Mine's pre-ordered. You're not getting one.
Don't think
you
so.
boys, you've probably got them already, have you?
No. We've got 6 in the office.
Okay, so you've only got... No, we've only got 6.
not getting one. Got 6.
Just showing off there.
Okay, so
I've got a pre-order in for for Friday.
Was there ever any doubt as to whether you were going to be an Xbox,
No.
PlayStation all the
It was
way?
always gonna be
Given that you're
PlayStation.
a Vita studio,
Always. Yeah.
and actually you must be remarkably pleased with how the PlayStation 4 is what it's doing for the Vita. I think the Vita makes. I mean, I've always been a fan of the Vita, but it seems to make more sense now that you can hook it up with your PS4. You can remote play. You can also two-player, so your second screen can be the Vita while someone else is playing on a PlayStation 4. So
I think that really helped to encourage sales of the Vita. And
apparently they're going to do a bundle, aren't they? Apparently.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Oh, right.
So the PS4 and
That'll
Vita.
be good.
It'll be expensive, won't it?
It'll be expensive, but it'd be great.
There's also the PS Vita TV as well. That looks quite
yes,
interesting.
it's
kind
out
of
in
a
Japan soon,
$99,
isn't it?
yeah,
Yes.
box, which kind of has the same functionality apart from the back touch, I think. Which
Probably
is
frustrating if your game has a lot of back touch, but if it doesn't,
I play Tearaway.
So they haven't said whether that's coming out over here. Have they said it?
It was originally just going to be Japan,
Okay,
and I
but-
think a lot of people got really excited about it, and I think it is going to happen.
Cool.
This is that USB thing, right? That plugs
Yeah, this is
into-
their Apple TV type thing. It lets you play Vita games, right?
You can play Vita games,
can
or
it
you
remote
can remote play
as well,
Yeah,
right.
they see it more as a remote play.
Do they?
thing,
Okay,
yeah.
so that'll be PS4 and another. Yeah, exciting, isn't it? The future.
Exciting. It's really exciting. What games are you getting with your PS4?
I've got none. Amazon kept badgering me saying you must upgrade to bundle. I've not done that yet. So, but partly because I'm getting Contrast and Resogun for free, aren't I? There are a couple of other free-to-play games that I'll be checking. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else I'm going to do. I was looking forward to Watch Dogs, but
You have to wait for a bit.
wait for that. Yeah.
Is that March now? Watch Dogs?
Yeah, I think it is.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm quite excited about getting it. I mean, even though I don't have a great deal of interest in the Xbox personally, it's quite exciting watching people talking about their experiences of it and how excited they were with a new console, because it's been a long time since we've had a new console. Obviously, we had the Wii, but
You know what story I saw that didn't make the cut for the news section today?
right, what was that?
I think do both consoles have that facility to share what you're playing on Twitch, or is
They
it just
do,
PS4?
yes. Sorry, that's good. No, sorry, they will do. I don't think Xbox does it? But PlayStation does.
And the people have been doing naughty things.
Nudie
Who'd have
things.
thought?
Nudie things.
I know.
Wait. Huh?
Did Eurogamer not report this?
No.
Yes, they
Oh,
did.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was great. Did you see that guy's chat show?
I
An
didn't see
impromptu
it, no.
chat show. He just set up using Playroom, the augmented reality sort of tech demo that comes built into PlayStation 4. He just set up his own chat show, and people could call in, and
Oh,
it was
lovely.
really, really good.
Wait,
Yeah,
is he stepping on our toes a bit there?
well, I did look at that and think of Steve, who's been very keen to get us on YouTube. Although, of course, Anne, you got put on YouTube this week, didn't you?
I did.
You did, yeah.
Did I?
You did, yeah.
What have I done?
That game that you reviewed just by shouting, and they seem very, very pleased with that. So they've now cut that
Oh,
audio
that's
out, and they
lovely.
put you up on YouTube.
Oh, amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll have a listen to that.
So with that in mind, the Twitch thing, I've been talking to the guys at Gamma Sutra
Okay.
about what we're going to do,
Right.
if anything, at
anything.
GDC next year, and I think that there's some thoughts that maybe we will be streaming
What a terrible,
our faces.
terrible idea.
I know. It's
Your
like they
face.
haven't seen us, but
Yeah,
they have seen
right.
us. So we'll see whether that goes ahead. That's
Right,
quite good.
yeah.
And yeah, we should do something. Maybe we can.
Maybe I'll bring the PS4 in. Like, I won't have any games for it, will I?
Yeah,
So
true.
let's just use Playroom. Good news. Right, we're coming to the end of the show, aren't we? Boys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Have you enjoyed it?
It's been excellent.
We're only joking
Lovely
about being
pleasure. Thank you.
hostile. You can come back whenever you want. Just leave your phones outside. Rob. Where can we keep up with your work?
At Curve Studios.
The Twitter is probably the best place.
Way. That's where you announce stuff as well, don't you? So that's where you announce velocity.
We're very, very, very active on Twitter. So yeah,
Okay.
at Curve Studios.
When someone says they're very, very active on Twitter, it usually means they don't get a lot of work done.
Well, it's my job, so it's okay. It's part of my job description.
Cool.
That's all right then.
Good luck with the new projects and stuff.
you.
Come back and see us any time, won't you? And we'll see
do.
you on the 14th of December,
Yes.
Yeah.
Rob, definitely. Give our regards to your great aunt.
We'll do.
Happy 90th.
Excellent aunt.
Simon, you're not here next week.
I'm
are
not
you?
here. No, I'm going to.
Where are
I'm
you?
going to France to find out what that's about.
Please do report
Yeah,
back.
I will do. Yeah, I'll be back on the 10th.
Well, I hope you have a nice time.
Yeah.
I guess next week it's up to us, Anne.
Yeah, we're
It's
going to have to up our game severely.
probably a good thing that it wasn't up to us today.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've had fun.
Yes, me too.
We will speak to you all, and by you all, I mean both of the listeners, next week. But until then, we've been One Life Left. Goodbye.
Bye.